guys, welcome to Issues That Matter. I'm your girl, Coin Coleman.
And I'm Rashida.
Hey guys, so today we are coming and we want to know, how married are you? Like, I really want to know, like, how married are you, Rashida? Like, how married are you? And I know when I say that, it's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Like, how married are you to your husband? To
Very
his
married.
mama? To his brother? To his sisters?
Oh.
How married are you? How deep does it go?
Oh, it goes very deep.
Okay.
I usually tell people, once you're married, you're not just married to the man.
Right.
You're married to his family.
Right.
And I think a lot of people don't understand that.
You know what? Sometimes it's hard to be married to everybody.
I mean,
sometimes.
You got to be a wise woman.
Right.
You have to be a wise woman. And what do I mean by that is, yes, your husband is your husband, but you have to so have respect for his family no matter what.
Yes.
I was telling somebody, I says, my mother-in-law, but thank you, Jesus, that she's not the wicked witch of the West.
Amen.
She's an amazing woman.
Same here.
So I know a lot of people say it's easy to love her. It's easy to... Every person have their own personality.
Right.
Everybody have their own way of doing things and their own way that things should be done.
Right.
And I'm married to my husband. In my home, there's a certain way of doing things.
Right.
But do I cast that on stone when his family's around? No.
So you're a little chill. You're relaxed.
If his family's around, I just relax. I mean, I'm hoping they have respect for me and respect my home.
Right.
And if they don't, then that may be their first and last time there.
Oh, no. They can't come back.
You know, I don't go crazy.
Right.
I mean, and the reason why I have to respect them is because that's my husband's family.
He knew them before he knew you.
He didn't choose to come out of that family.
Right.
That's his family.
Right.
Like, I didn't choose to come out from my family.
Right.
That's my family.
Exactly.
And the same thing that I would want my husband, the same type of respect
that is so
that I would want him to give my family is the same respect, if not more.
Right.
Because a woman is always, you got to go more.
Right, right.
It's the same respect I would give his family.
That is so important. I think, you know, a lot of times some people you want respect my mom, but then you're not reciprocating that same respect to his mom.
Right.
And it's so important because, you know, one thing, like people always said is, you look at the man, how he treats his mother. Yeah. And that really will tell you how is he going to treat you. What kind of respect does he have for his mother? And it will really help you understand the type of respect that he has for you. So if you're with a man where he already
is very disrespectful,
he could care less for his folks,
but he want to love you like he's never loved any other woman.
You know, things like that scare me.
Not gonna work.
You know, but another thing I want to ask you is, you lived with your mother-in-law for a long time.
12 years to be exact, honey.
Oh my God. Like, that is...
I know!
I bow. Because, no, that is, you know, it's... And I know, yes, you guys have a big house, and, you know, she can have her own area, but at the end of the day, it's only so big.
No. My thing is, like I said, even before I married my husband, I told him, I was like, I need to see your mom. Because if, in some kind of way, form, or fashion, if I don't get along with your mom, the marriage may just not work. Because the thing is, if God forbid anything was to happen, who am I to go to?
Right.
If anything is going on. And I'm not saying that whenever any little thing is going on in your marriage, the next person you run to is your mother-in-law.
Right. Or your mother.
Or your own mother. Or even your friends.
Right.
But my thing is, I had a situation where his mother was sort of kind of different from a lot of mother-in-laws that I've heard about. And the reason why I say that is because she will always side me. She would never side him.
That's awesome.
And my mother also inherited that type of relationship. She would never side me.
She'll side him.
My mom would side him.
Yeah.
Yinka is always right.
Right.
Yinka, he's the firstborn of the family.
I think that is also because they want it to work.
They want it to work.
And I think when you have issues where the mother-in-law, the father-in-law is taking their own child's side, I think that's when you have the problem.
You have a lot of problems.
Yeah.
You have a lot of problems. Because I've seen, to tell you the truth, to be exact, I've seen about 4 marriages that's ended in just this Georgia. Because the girl's parent sides her.
Yeah.
The boy's parent sides him. And nobody wants any of their children to suffer. None of them want any of their children to be disrespected.
Right.
But and it becomes a problem.
Right. But at some point, you have to be able to say you're dead wrong.
Yeah.
You have to be able to tell your child that. But then, see, for me, I'm so different.
Yeah.
In all of that.
Okay.
Because when me and my husband, we have a disagreement.
Right.
We don't go running off to our parents.
Oh, really? Yeah.
We don't.
Yeah.
We try to work it out.
Yeah.
You know, if we run off to a parent, and I've never been that kind anyway to run off and tell,
yeah.
And
he's doing this, mommy.
I just have never been that. So I've always been kind of private in the issues that we're dealing with. You know, now if it's something where it's gone out of hand and maybe, you know, intervention is needed, then maybe.
That's different.
But for the most part, I think people, sometimes you run too quick to everybody else, and at the end of the day, they were not there to see what happened.
And they'll just be picking sides.
Right.
And that doesn't work.
It doesn't.
Yeah,
and I think if, you know, in-laws out there,
mind your business.
Mind your business.
Yeah. The reason why it was a bit different for me was the fact that I would never go off and run to my mother-in-law, but she lived in the house.
Yeah, so that's kind of hard.
And certain days where you just don't want to be bothered, you know, because this is my thing. My uncle has always told me, this is my dad's older brother before he passed away on my wedding day. He would say, Rashida, make sure you always cook for your husband. Make sure there's always food in the house. Don't ever, because you're arguing or you're not in good terms with your husband, have him eating outside or he comes home and there's no food to eat.
Yeah.
No. Make sure there's always food.
That's a good way to do it.
So the only way that my mother-in-law would ever, and I call her mother-in-love. She's not, she's law of what?
Yeah.
She's love, okay, to me personally.
Right.
So my thing is the only way that she would ever know that anything is going on in our home is the fact that I wouldn't serve him.
So
Not
you
good.
make the food.
The food would be made.
The food would be made.
You can go warm that food
You
up.
could do it yourself.
And the thing
You
is-
do it yourself.
And she knows that when my husband comes home, I act a mess. I'm like a little baby who just saw her lollipop. Or
Santa Claus just
my
came.
God!
Oh, that's
So this
sweet.
mom's going, give me kiss, give me. That's me.
Right.
So when she sees that the garage opened up and Rashida's not coming there, like
She
no,
knows
honey,
something
she'll figure
happened.
something out. So by the next day, she'd be like, yeah, to know. Is everything okay? Everything fine.
Oh.
Everything fine, Elijah. And then she'd be like, and then she would say nothing to me. Then she'll go to him and be like, whatever
What
it is
did
that
you
you
do?
do, you need to go fix it because this is your marriage. This is your,
it.
and you need, you know, it's so hard to tell people, don't talk about your marriage. Yes, don't talk about it to your friends. Because a lot
Please
of your
don't
friends,
talk about it
a lot
to
of your
your
friends didn't want it to work
friends.
anyway. A lot of your friends would tell you why I told you so, it ain't going to work. Or men are men. They're all the same.
Especially if they're bitter.
If they're bitter.
Especially if they're single.
Yeah.
And they want a single buddy to go to the club with. They want a single buddy to hang out with. It just is not going to work. I think you have to have a good mentor.
A real good mentor.
You have to have somebody that
And
you
know what?
respect.
I'm so sorry. A lot of times it's not the pastors.
It doesn't. No, it does not have. What does it?
It
everybody
doesn't
feel like
necessarily
that's
I don't
right, it has
know.
to be
They
the
feel like
pastor.
as
It does
soon
not.
as something happened, I'm running to my pastor.
Please stop that. I cannot stand that.
Unless he's a good person who has a good track record. Okay?
Okay. Maybe, okay. Not to say don't run to your pastor about, but not everything means you run to your pastor. Not everything means you run to the women's leader. Not everything means you run. I mean, it's not every single. Some issues you can work out with you. Just communication.
But can we just take it in prayer?
Yeah, that too.
Can we just take it in prayer?
Together.
If not even together, let's say the man can't even stand you right now. Or you can't even stand him right now. Can you go vent to the Lord?
Vent.
Can you go into your walk-in closet and get on your knees and be like, but Lord,
Please.
you gave me this man or you gave me to this man.
Yes.
Show me what to do.
Right.
Can we just vent out?
Please.
And just take it
it will
easy?
help. He
Because
will come
with
through.
Timing. I'm telling you. Within a day or two. But I still believe, don't let the sun go down before you try to figure something out. I mean, don't be so bitter. I mean, when I think of what can my man ever do that I would be so bitter that I would need to, so bitter that I'm like, I can't forgive him. And the longer you go without talking to your spouse, the worse it is.
Yeah, because then you're getting used to it.
Then he's getting into social media.
Right. Oh.
He ain't talking to nobody, but he getting into social media.
And you getting into social media.
And you getting into social media.
And you looking at other people's marriages.
And you looking at other people's marriages.
And you're like, oh, they got it going on. Oh, and then you see your little high school sweetheart
talking to your ex-boyfriend.
Right.
Don't worry.
And then you're getting consoled by somebody that is not your husband.
Not nice. Not nice. But what I really want us to really talk about again, the families of your husband or the family of your wife. Everybody should know their lane and their boundaries.
Right.
These are married couples.
Right.
And what you are right now is, yes, that's your brother, but there's certain decisions that he may not be able to make without talking to his wife.
Right.
Respect that.
Yes.
And there may be certain decisions that as a wife you're not able to make without consulting your husband.
As much
Respect
as you love
that.
your family. As much as you love your family.
Yeah.
You know, if your brother wants to borrow some money. And you want to give your brother that money.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you know that you and your husband share an account, you and your husband are working together financially, you cannot let your brother's problem come in and stop that.
No.
You know, hopefully your husband will be understanding, but you could talk to him and say, you know, hey, so needs this much, and what can we do?
What can we do? What can we do?
What can we do as a partnership?
Yeah.
You know,
just don't be like, I'm gonna rip it out. He's my brother. What you expect me to do? Leave him hanging?
Right.
Well, why didn't you just marry your brother since his situation?
Right.
Is so, and I'm not telling you not to, because I help my sisters and brothers out. If my baby brother was to need something, I'll talk to my husband. I'll be like, honey, your brother. I'll be like, your brother. He'd be like, which one of them? Moses.
Right.
Okay, or I'll be like, your sister, because we've taken it as we are one family.
You're one.
It's not,
You're one.
you know, so I'll say your brother, which is my baby brother, but I'll tell him your brother needs help.
Exactly.
And I would either tell my little brother, give him a call.
Call him. And I do that too. Call him. Get everybody involved. Because the truth about it is, in some instances, yes, get everybody involved. But when you're fighting and bickering, keep that between you and your husband. The whole family and the whole church does not have to know that you and your husband are having a hard time. I don't get that.
Because you see, there will be hard times in marriage.
It happens.
This is how we get to know one another.
It happens.
There will be hard times in marriage. And the thing is, I tell you what's forever worked for me. When we want to vent, and I'm not, you see, on this show of issues that matters, I'm going to tell you truth. I'm not going to beat around the bush with you.
Sugar
and the
coats.
reason why I'm going to tell you the truth, like you say that you're not the type to talk to your mom or talk to your family about anything concerning, you know, I look at the situation of what's going on, and I know the type of mother that I have.
Yeah.
I know the type of mother that I have. So I can talk to her because I know that she would never side me anyway. I'm always wrong. So I can just, you know, and I wouldn't say it like verbatim everything. I was like, Ma, you know, man, how do you do it in marriage?
Right.
Like, Mommy, why is marriage so, like, why is this going on? She'd be like, it is what it is. Marriage,
yeah.
You know?
Deal with it. Hang
talk
in
to
there.
me like that. She will calm me down.
Right.
And then I'll just, you know, just say, God, I know this too shall pass.
Right.
And it will pass.
And then the thing about it is that, like, I'm super close to my mom. Like, Ace Bone Coon. That's my girl. I like, and I love her adorably. It is, but that does not mean that every single time something happens. Because to me, or even my sister, like, I love my sister, but that doesn't mean, because guess what you're doing? Every time you fight with your husband and you come, can't believe this. He did this and he did this. They don't go home and make up with your husband. So guess what? They're still at home and they're still feeling bad for what you have to go through. Yeah. And then you forgive, but they still mad. They're still a little salty.
They are still pissed off.
Right.
How dare he do that to
How
you?
dare he treat you like that?
Look at what happened to Beyonce and her younger sister. Even though Beyonce was able to forgive Jay-Z,
right.
younger sister was not able to forgive. And it piled up.
And then she blow up in the elevator. And we all see it on TV and shocked.
So keep your marriage to yourself. Trust me. If you want the marriage to work, keep your marriage to yourself. And husbands, don't go running off to mommy. Because mommy is very passionate about her baby boy.
And I'm lucky with my mother-in-law is, she's, you know, pretty
girl, we ain't
similar
lucky,
to yours.
Blessed.
Well, we're blessed, yeah. Because she, you know, she does not get in our business. Yeah. She's like, all right, well, you guys need to work it out. You know, like, she does not get in our business.
Yeah, like, take care of it.
No, just take care of it. Y'all be okay. Oh, you guys resolve whatever. Okay, that's good. She doesn't get involved.
That's awesome.
And neither does my mom.
That's awesome.
And so thank God we don't have, all our families could come together. We'll go out, chill, have a good time. Everybody go about their business. It's no drama. Right. My mom might not call my mother-in-law for a year. There's no beef.
But when they see each other, it's like,
oh, my sister, you know, and it's like all love.
That's it.
You know, but, you know, you have issues where, you know, in-laws are mad at this other in-law. They're not doing this, they're not doing that. Just and let your kids be them. Yeah. You know, and I think for the parents out there who are super involved, let your kids, because at the end of the day, you've married your own husband. You have all these kids. When your marriage is whatever it is, don't bring your issues into your kids' marriage. And some people are really out there dealing with some
serious issues.
Some serious mother-in-love, not like
in-law.
Right. Mother-in-law, just my lawyer, my mother.
Give us a call. We're trying to see what we can do concerning that situation. Yeah. But you know, how married are you? And at the end of the day, it's just giving everybody the respect that's due to them. I like that. Okay? Giving everybody the respect that's due to them. Don't try to disrespect anybody. Even if your mother-in-law or your mother-in-law disrespects you in any kind of way, don't be up in her face. Why?
Oh my God,
because
never.
She's older than you. She gave birth to your husband. She gave birth to your wife. Try as much as possible to always respect them no matter what. You have to. You have to. Whether they're disrespectful, you respect them. Whether they hate you, you love them. Because what you're doing is setting up a foundation for your children. So what your children are seeing you do is what they're going to be doing when they grow up.
Right.
So respect is reciprocal. The sisters and brothers, but I'm not saying let somebody walk into your house and beat the living daylights out of you. So men, keep your marriage to yourself as well. Stop talking to your sister and your brother and your father and mother about what your wife is doing and how she's doing it.
And for the men, at the end of the day, that's your mother. You know how to talk to your mother. And sometimes you might have to stand up for your wife. You know, your wife should not be left to fight this battle by herself. She's at home fighting.
Oh, my God.
Because you're not sticking up for her. And I feel like some men need to just be like, Mom, chill. Right, stop it. You know, sometimes some men just kind of sit there and,
no, you don't
she's
do
my
that.
mother.
No, you don't do that.
Why do you two say that to her? No.
A man shall leave his mother and father's home and cling to his own. So that becomes your bow. That becomes your kingdom come. Not your mommy and daddy's. And it's so good that you mentioned something like that, because growing here and being here all my life and eventually going to Nigeria to meet my mother-in-law and all that, when my mother-in-law came from Nigeria, my husband picked her up from the airport and they stayed in the cold. It was November. November in New York is like below zero.
Oh, yeah. I can
so
imagine.
They stayed in the car. You guys did not put on the heat. He was like, look, the plane that brought you is still here. And it can take you back. Why is he saying that? He says, look, here in America, husbands wash dishes. Husbands take out the garbage.
I'm so glad
husbands help with chores
you don't just sit down
in
with
the
your
house.
feet propped
He
up.
said, Mommy, you're going to see things, and I need you to hurry up and get used to that.
That was smart.
He said, I need you to hurry up and get used to this. Why? Smart. He said, because this is what we do here. And she was like, hey, I'm cold. Let's get an agreement before I take you to the house. Because when we get to the house, you may just see I'm sweeping the floor. That needs to be okay with you. You can see that I'm doing laundry. That needs to be okay with you.
That is smart.
And when he told her that, she was like, it's okay. It's America. This is the way it should be. Husband and wife
help each other.
And you cannot imagine when she came to the house. On some days, me and my husband would be out. and my mother-in-law would take some of my clothes and she'll wash it. And I was like, you don't have to do that. But she did it.
Right.
You know, she did it because as a family, in order for us to be in one accord, right, we have to be in that love. Everybody have to understand.
Yeah, and everybody working towards, you know, so yeah, you're married to your family. You're married to your, not only your husband, but you're married to your husband's family also. But everybody in that mix has to respect each other. And boundaries have to be set. They have to, and that's what, you know, it sounds like your husband did. He set a boundary before coming in, right? Yeah. Mom, this is what it is. This is what we do. Don't be surprised. That is setting boundaries, and that is good. Those are healthy boundaries that we all need.
So when she saw that, she didn't look at me funny like, why you got my son?
Right. Why is my son washing dishes? Well, you know, so it's so important. It's important.
So let them know ahead of time. Yeah. So this is what we do here, and she quickly, you know, adapt. Yeah. You know, and another thing that we're going to talk about later on is, not today, maybe another day, is the respect of, you know, the children.
Oh my God, I was so thinking about
that. How close do you allow grannies to be a part of the children?
Thinking about the same thing.
Like she said, my mother-in-law, lived with me for 12, this is the 13th year that she lived with me. Right. And she's gone back to Nigeria now. She may come back eventually. But she lived with me, and there was only one time in our 13 year that we had an issue concerning my babies.
Wow. That's awesome.
Because she does not want to hear them cry. He gonna cry. Oh. You gonna leave that boy alone? He gonna cry 5 minutes. He gonna cry. But that was the only time, and when she knew that I did not like that. Since then,
you know what? I'm with Grandma. I can't stand the cry. Don't let my baby cry. I cannot stand it.
It's not like
and I think for me it's the other way around. Like my mother, like, it's okay, let him cry. And I'm like,
no, because you see, at that time she was praying. Oh. She was praying, doing her prayer that she does 5 times a day. And this, when I feed you, and I've changed your diaper, you have no reason to be acting up, and you want to act up. You're gonna have your moment.
Right.
I'm gonna give you your time to have your moment, and mommy's gonna be looking at you like, and you're gonna be looking at mommy like, are you my mom for real? Yes. So I'll give you your minute. So she did not want to give him his moment, and I took the child, took him into my room, and I'm cleaning and doing what I need to do, and she's in her room banging, and she came out of the room banging the door. Give me the boy. I said no.
Oh.
And that was it ever. And I think my son, he's going to be 11 this year, and I think at that time he must have been about 7 months.
Wow.
You know, and that was it. When she knew that I was not about that, come see Ruckus in the house. I'm running upstairs, she's running after me.
Oh my God!
And my husband's sitting right in front of the TV.
Flipping the channel. They be all right. They be all right.
But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is that it's all still love.
It's still love.
Still respect one
another. And you knew it was still love.
Always.
You knew it was still
love. I don't have a thing with her. It's my baby. She loves my baby. Right. She didn't want my baby to cry.
So for the answer to our question, how married are you? You're as married as love. Like as much love as you allow is.
They're my family.
Yeah.
I take, his family is my family.
Yeah.
You know, we're family.
Yeah.
So when you married, when God has been a part of your marriage and you married the right person, which is your husband, that family is your family.
Exactly.
What would you do if you and your husband were having issues? You would pray.
Yeah.
If you and extended families are having issues,
you pray. Exactly. Same thing. Same thing. So we are so glad that you guys were able to join us today, and you know, I'm glad and hoping that we help somebody out there make better decision.
Okay. How married are you?
Yeah, how married are you? You know, it's an important question that we all need to take very seriously.
Very seriously. So guys, stay married. Stay connected. Not only to your husband, your husband and his family.
Yes.
And if there's any issue, continue to pray.
Yes.
Prayer works.
Prayer works. Really and stand up for each other. Stand up for each other in love.
In love. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching our show again. It's always been a pleasure having you.
Yes.
And we look forward to seeing you next time.
Thank you, guys. Take care.